It's Tuesday, so we are going to do another little vlog about me becoming a doctorate in nursing education. So we're going to call this soon to be DNE, right? Now you're probably wondering, why are we doing this now? Because school doesn't start technically until next month, but I want to get in the habit of having my Tuesdays my school days, right? So I need to start setting that foundation and that routine of Tuesday afternoons being the day that I do school things. So I'm already caught up on all my compliance issues and things that I need to do. I've sent off everything that I needed for the college. I listed all those things in the last video. So all I'm really doing now is just kind of setting that standard for me to be in my craft space, in my office, every Tuesday to do my classes. Now, the program that I'm going to is Doctorate of Nursing Education over at The Ohio State University, and the class is online, but it's synchronous, meaning every class that I take 2 classes every semester. They will be online, but they are online at a specific time. So I have to be online when they want me to, which is East Coast time, I'm West Coast. So Tuesday is going to be my school day. That's the day that my classes are. Now, I want to talk about in this video why I chose Ohio State's program versus the others that I researched, because there were 3 programs that I really looked into when it came to this, and I want to talk specifically about why I picked this one. Now, before we get into that, let's talk about the different avenues for advanced practice nursing. There's a lot, okay? If you are clinical, if you like being at the bedside, if that is your area of expertise, and maybe you have your nurse practitioner degree already, then a doctorate of nursing practice is a great option for you. So you can get your DNP and you can focus in the clinical area, which is where you like to be. If you love nursing research and you like all of the evidence-based practice measures and things that we develop as a medical profession, then you could go and get your PhD in nursing research. So you could have your advanced practice degree already, whether that be FNP, MSN, like what I have, clinical nurse specialist. You could do all of those, and then you could go back and get your doctorate, your PhD in nursing research. You could also do PhD in leadership. You could do PhD in adult education. You could do a DNP in leadership. I have a coworker that is getting her doctorate in nursing leadership. She currently is an assistant dean, and so she's going that route because that's what she wants to do. She likes that area, and so that's her specialty. I chose Doctorate of Nursing Education because that is what my master's degree is in. I have a master's in nursing education, and that's my passion. I love nursing education as a whole. I spent 10 years at the bedside, and that was enough for me. I do not want to be a nurse practitioner. My best friend is a nurse practitioner, and she loves it. She loves interacting with patients. She loves that whole avenue of having a problem and helping the patient, the client, kind of overcome the issue. She likes to follow. She loves that, and that's wonderful for her. We need people like her, but that's not for me. So 10 years at the bedside, and then I've spent the last 8 in education, but the first part of the education journey was hospital-based education, which is very different from academics. I've been in academics for just a little over a year now, and that is what my doctorate will focus on, is nursing education in the academic setting. I love what I do. I'm kind of bummed that it took this long to figure out this was my place, although I kind of had an idea a couple years back that this is where I wanted to be, and I honestly thought when I was in grad school that this is where I would be, but they didn't have jobs available at the time. You had to have a doctorate. I wasn't there yet, and I had bills, so I ended up going into hospital education, and I did love it there. I met some really great mentors. I had some really great friends, coworkers, and I liked what I did, and I thought that that was it until I switched over to academics, and so now I'm just in love over here in this area. But I did look at 2 other schools aside from OSU before I committed to applying to them. The first school that I looked at was American College of Education. They have a program that is very affordable. It's about $24,000, and it's set up to really focus on education. But they don't accept any kind of student loans or anything like that. So you have to make payment plans for them, and set up, a kind of payment situation with them, which is fine if that is the route that you want to go. Okay. The other college that I looked at was Herzing. Herzing is another private nursing college, and they also had a doctorate of nursing education that they had just started to kind of create. I looked at that, and it was a little cheaper, but it was more credit hours than, or maybe it was less credit hours, I can't remember, but it didn't have everything that I wanted. I chose Ohio State because their program is specifically designed for the nurse educator that wants to become a better nurse educator. You want your doctorate in just nursing education, and that's what I want. I do not want to take a class or a course or get a degree in something that is not my passion. I do not want to have to do clinical hours for something that I am not interested in. So I wanted to go somewhere where the program was specifically designed for what I needed. I also like the fact that this is a state college. This is a known college. This is a program that has been very successful since they began it. It's been a couple years now that they've started this program, and they've been really successful with it. And so I just felt like this was the place for me. Now, however, with all the good things, the bad thing, it is pretty pricey. I talked about that in my last video. It's pretty expensive. But they accept student loans. So we'll start there, and we'll figure out what to do afterwards, right? But I really wanted to get a high quality education. Not to say you can't with those other programs. You do what you want to do with your time, with your money, with your effort. This is what I'm choosing for me. I also like the fact that there is a part-time option. I could do full-time if I wanted to, but I'm not in a rush. So part-time is 3 years. So I will take 2 classes every semester for the next 3 years, and will graduate around the same time that my kid finishes middle school, because she's starting middle school next month. So I like that this is a slower paced program. I am very nervous though, because I think we all get a little bit of imposter syndrome from time and time again, and I'm very nervous about this higher level of learning that I'm about to embark on. I don't want to lose my excitement for what I'm learning about. I'm very excited to learn how to be a better educator, because I do love what I do and I want to make a difference. But I'm also very nervous that the constraints and the expectations of the program may dampen that a little bit. And I need to stop thinking that way, because I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know how this program is designed, if it's super difficult. There's a lot of resources available. We have a group, like a GroupMe account for the program. I have a person that's assigned to me to help, like an admissions person. I have a resource, at the level of DNE program level. So I feel like there's a lot of resources available, but I don't know how I'm going to utilize them just yet, because I don't know what the class entails. I am excited though. I am excited. So I don't want to lose that. And I don't want to focus on the what ifs of what I'm scared about. So hopefully the first semester will be manageable and I will be successful in the program. I feel like I'm going to be successful. I mean, I have a mindset that I can do anything that I put my mind to. I'm sure this will be hard. It shouldn't be easy. I mean, this is a doctorate level program, so it should be difficult, but I just want to make sure that I am doing my best work and that I understand what's happening so that I can apply this information. I don't want to feel like I'm being rushed. I remember my very first experience with nursing school in general when I got my associate degree. I felt like there was so much information to learn in such a small amount of time, and I kept telling myself like, oh, I'll go and I'll investigate that later, or I'll read all this later. And I don't want to be like that with this program. When I went back for my bachelor's, that was a little easier. My master's was exciting, but there was a lot of information in the master's program because it was full-time and I was working full-time and I had a toddler. So I don't necessarily remember all the little intricacies from my master's program. I did keep all the books and I do read those things and kind of refer to things from time and time again, but I really want this program to be meaningful and to be at a pace that I can enjoy it. So next Tuesday, I will record again as we get closer. School starts on the 27th. I have orientation on the 19th of August. So I'll let you know what that looks like. Next week, we'll talk about the 2 classes that I'm going to be taking this very first semester, and just kind of explore what that looks like and what I'm doing to prepare for those. Okay. All right. That's it.